them up. Ganja smoking, they got rum in me cup. Bad gals wind up on the dance floor. All the gals wind up on the dance floor.
the direct future after they graduate. They will go on into the esports world. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, this may be your future pros that you may be seeing here playing right now in this game. And how about we toss it over to the side of the Warren Bears? The Warren Bears will field an all-freshman lineup. So these are the new guys on the block doing something, willing to prove everything they can. We have Bacon Pancake, Parsicle, Chicken, X-Party Bacon, Kaon, and Calitro. They will be your fielding starting roster, and they all play some flex roles, so they're going to be out there doing their own thing, and we'll see if they can throw something in the wrench to maybe stop these seniors, prove something to them.
And keep in mind, too, this is not the final lineup. This can change at any moment in time. If you saw the Downey High School lineup, basically it's a GOATS comp, but we could see that change at any point in time.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you don't, a lot of people are new to this game, so how about we explain? In this game, there are 3 basic roles. There are DPS. Those are your damage. They're the ones getting in there, doing the damage to the enemy team, getting those eliminations. There are the tanks. They are your shields. You hide behind them. You run to them for your protection. And then you also have the supports. They heal your team. They keep them alive. Very, very important players. And what we mean by GOATS comp, it's an acronym. It stands for Go All Tanks and Supports. That means we don't need those damages. We have the big guys and the supports on that front line, and that seems to be what Overwatch is all about right now.
And the main thing about Overwatch, too, the number one thing we always got to remember, teamwork is key. Teamwork has got to, you see the teamwork's got to be the number one key to winning any matchup, whether it be sports or even esports in this case.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I love seeing these guys all from the same high school coming together and playing some Overwatch. And, when these guys get on the stage together, they're ready to play. They're all, they're in sync. They train together every single time they get on this PC to play. And I'm excited to see what they can bring out here.
Now, this is a good rivalry between these two schools. These are the top 2 teams in all of the organization. Top 2 teams. We had over about 100 teams. Top 2 teams lie right here in the Downey Theater. Biggest and first esport event here in Downey Theater as well as LA County. It's going to be big, and they're all vying for the chance, not only for all these prizes, but to put that silver trophy right over there in the case at their schools.
Yeah, absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this map pool. First, we're going to start on this control map, Ilios. We're going to travel pretty far here. And we're going to see how they can come out. And let's talk about Ilios real quick. There's 3 types of maps in Ilios.
So 3 maps in Ilios. It's basically a control map, which we'll get into. Control map. Just get into the point all you can, 100%, and you've completed your mission to control the point. But keep in mind, it's a King of the Hill. Anything can change at any point here. And now we'll see what happens between these teams here. And first map is personally my favorite, the well. You see that well right there? That leads to no man's land. You can land down there and you will die.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why you need to stay away from here. There's a couple of heroes that have environmental abilities, aka they can move their opponents around pretty easily, and as we can see, the roster is getting filled out right now, so it's not final, but we see on the side of the Bears, you see a Roadhog coming out. With that hook, you could hook them into that well and send them down there, so this is very, very interesting to see. Now, on this map also, we have a pretty high skybox, meaning that the heroes that can fly into the air can do a lot of damage, and we see that again on the side of the Bears with that Pharah.
And 30 seconds left to go. Again, beauty of the game, you can't really tell what they pick until they bring it out, and I guess and all the crowd not paying attention to what they're picking, because that's the most important part. The comp that works the best. And you take a look at the side of Downey, and they are playing the GOATs.
Yeah, they are absolutely playing that. Just classic GOATs. They're coming out of that gate with all the tanks and all the points. Lucio, Zarya, Reinhardt, Brigitte, Moira, and D.Va.
And they're going to get some speed out of Lamonk right away. That play you want to watch there, though, it's between the 3 tanks. First round of action is underway here in the Downey Theater between the 2 rivals of the Bears and the Vikings. And Bear Cave and Viking Nation are ready to play. Here we go. Let's get this thing started already. You got down the middle. What a kill from Chicken already. And Warren High School come to play with Chicken starting off with that kill down the well. They're down a man. It's 5 versus 6 already. You've got Eagle, Ivy already coming in here with a few kills of it, or trying to swing the hammer away. Keon's in a little bit of trouble, though. Getting into the heals from the healers right away. And now Party Bacon's got the kill on the monster start. And what a charge from Eagle IV. That may help them out. They've got the Earth Shatter already ready to go on the side of Eagle IV, but he will go down in the hands of Kaon. 4v1, great hook from Party Bacon to help them out as well. They're going to push it back all the way, and the Bears are in the lead to start.
They have control of this point, and they're going to start building that ult percentage at the top of your screen. First team to 100% absolutely will win. Warren Bears takes control, but now we have to see how Downey can be able to re-enter. They have a couple of ultimates coming online pretty soon. They especially have that Earth Shatter from Reinhardt.
Good advantage for the Pharah as well. You're flying up in the air as well, and you have the advantages as well. But keep in mind the ultimate. You have the Lucio Samber. You have the Rocket Brush coming in. Valkyrie's going to come out. Rocket Brush as well.
Oh!
Chicken with a 4-piece kill. Unbelievable from Chicken. And that is got to be your play of the game right now. Warren High School is on fire.
Absolutely smacks him. You're coming in there. We're going to get a replay of that barrage that you're going to see on your screen pretty soon. And look at this goodness, just getting into position and landing that huge barrage. And Warren will keep control almost halfway done through the percentage.
Keep in mind, they use 3 ults there, though. You've got a Valkyrie, Rocket Barrage, and Sound Barrier down on the side. But Kaon's got that Earth Shatter that can make all the difference. Earth Shatter coming in as well. That's huge!
Oh!
That's huge for the side of Downey High School. They take that. Oh, Eagle IV goes down, but not before his work is all in place, and that allows the Vikings to take control of the point.
Downey has control of the point now, and you'll see that red percentage start to build up. The question is, how long can they hold it? I estimate with their ult economy, you're going to have 4 ults coming online pretty soon. I would estimate a very long time.
Now, keep in mind, too, you also have that Earth Shatter again. Kaon has the Earth Shatter. The Rocket Barrage is there, too. You got anything going. Graviton Surge as well. You got everything coming in. Can they get anything out of it? No Diva Bomb as well, but Kepler and Simsam start off with a good fight to start. Now you got Bacon Banking in a little bit of trouble, and it looks like Downey's going to clean house.
Oh, they're going to keep control of this point, but look at what cost. They invested 4 ultimates rather, into that fight, and I don't know if that was worth it because now all they have is a Coalescence to work with, while on the other side, Warren is coming back with 3 ultimates, so this could be advantage Warren right now.
Well, we'll see. It's no more players on fire except for Chicken. Still has that Rocket Barrage in hand. It's very close.
Oh, there it goes!
That's 1. That's 2. And Portugal's going to come in with a stack fighter as well. Chicken's got all 3. Chicken's got 3 to credit for as well, though. But here we go. This is Warren's time to take this point as Party Bacon takes down Sabozo. And there may be no question about it. Warren's got this point on lockdown.
Yeah, they're going to absolutely take control of this point, and that's just great DPS play right there. If you're going to counter that Goats comp, you have to come in with something that they can't touch, and with the Goats comp, there is no DPS in the air, so that means that you can't keep eyes on that Pharah, and nothing is going to stop Chicken from going absolutely crazy right now.
Keep in mind, yesterday they told us they were trying to find a way to take down this Goats comp of Downey. I would say so far they've done it. Right now you've got the Rocket, or you've got a Coalescence coming out as well. Chicken's got a great snipe from the Rocket onto Lamont. That's going to help on the ult as well. Earth Shatter's going to come in. I don't think they got anybody in the meantime. Oh, it's in get 1, and that's going to find Bacon Pancakes. Sabozo's got the kill on Camp. That's a huge pick. That's the one of the main tanks down. Now you got the Saber dropping down as well. Chicken's got a Rocket Barrage kill. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3 on the D-Mech as well. And Chicken's got himself a game to remember right now as the overtime clock runs. It's 58%. It's going to keep running until we find a winner here, until we find the winner of the point. It's 3-3 on the point so far, but right now, as it stands, Warren can take this right here as Bacon Pancake knocks out Lemon out of play. So this may be Warren's time. Overtime clock's going to run faster and faster until it comes on over. And right now, Eagle, Eagle falls. That's bad for them. Overtime clock keeps running. Only 1 person left. The Demon Bomb could be huge. Depends on who it gets. Not going to get anybody, but Wooblood Kid still in the mech. How about that? He is staying alive for his team. And that could be huge.
Exactly. Yeah, Kepler's able to make it back, so you know the Vikings are still in this fight right now. They just have to touch the point, and they almost weren't able to touch it. There goes the Graviton Surge. This could be huge if they get able to find these picks, but no ultimates are coming online. Nothing is working for the Vikings right now.
But the Vikings can come back here. They have a Rocket Barrage as well. But Chicken takes down Sabozo, but not before Kepler gets the kill as well. They trade. Its overtime clock keeps on running. They have the hook, but it's not going to get anywhere going as well. And it looks like Downey can take this back right here. Simsam gets a double kill onto Party Bacon and Kalitra as well. The clock continues to run. It gets faster and faster. But right now, Downey may have control on a 4v1 situation. Oh, the Earth Shatter though. Oh, almost knocks out Eagle IV. That's not good for them. It's still alive. They're still alive. Here's the overtime clock, keeps on running and running. It has been over a minute since this play has been in, but it looks like Downey able to bring it back.
Oh my goodness, the Vikings retaking it against all odds right now. Goodness gracious, I have no idea. They have to keep tabs on Chicken. If Chicken keeps running around uncontested, there's nothing you're going to be able to do. And we see that they're trying to counter them right now. Rublican is trying to shoot into the air.
Keep in mind, there were 10 ults used in that fight. 10 ultimates all around used in that last overtime fight, so nobody else has an ultimate left to spare. Barsko has that tag bar, but Sabozo takes him down right away. No question about it. Rublican's going to get into mech for the second time, staying alive still. Now you get the tag visor coming, or no tag visor rather. Sabozo still got a rally to use to help out the team if needed. This is final fight right here.
This is final fight indeed right now as we're going to go into overtime for both sides. Ooh, almost got booped over the edge there, but we're still going to hold. We got to figure out, and there goes the attack visor from Parsicle.
Parsicle's got attack visor.
Oh!
He falls off the map, courtesy of Lamont. Great kill from him to keep this team in the game. Self-destruct as well as the Rocket Barrage coming in. Self-destruct gets nothing. Rocket Barrage does get one. Eagle Eye Beagles down by the hands of Chicken. He's having himself a game all throughout the whole thing as well. Now you've got the overtime clock running on both sides. This time it's Downey in control. And they may have this. Galicio got the rest on Kaon, but that may be about it that they've got. Earthshatter gets in. That gets two at the same time. But it's not going to find anyone else as Kaon goes down by the hands of Lamont. Lamont wasn't in there, so he took him off the map in the well. And now secures. Nobody left on the point. And Downey, game number one of the well.
They are going to take game number one against all odds. You look into that, one of those final fights right here. You know, Downey was walking into that fight against nothing, and they're going to take a 1-0 lead as we go into the second map of Helios.
So 100 to 99. Keep in mind, they had to fight down 99 to what, 30% or something like that. They had to fight all the way back, and Downey finds a way to put it in the books 1-0. And now we go on to the ruins again. A beautiful map right outside the town of Greece. It is a all-around pretty map to do, but the one thing we usually see here is Widowmaker, but in this case, we might not see it.
Exactly, but the one thing Downey has to focus on is Chicken on that fair. If he keeps running around uncontested, you're not going to be able to keep winning those fights.
And Chicken has been on fire all game long, might I add. Since that quadruple kill with that Rocket Barrage, it has been all Chicken on the side. Now the question is, can Warren bring it back to put it in their lap, to bring it to the Lighthouse? That's the biggest question already. Chicken still stays on the fair as well. Parsko moves on over to the junk threat to do some burst damage to this Gold Cup as well. And now we're going to see the fight right down the middle in the ruins part area, in the pit as we call it. And right now they're charging on each other. Has the pin on Wiblikin. That's a good start for them. They may get the D-Mac, which is good to start. And Chicken is running wild here, getting two kills
my
already.
goodness!
Sabozo and Chicken again finds Sabozo. Warren's got a chance here as they start off. Chicken, I cannot believe this. 4 kills in the last 5 for Warren.
Actually,
of Chicken.
We're going to have to get a pause here real quick as one of the players did disconnect there. So we're going to get a pause here real quick, but that is a very convincing win nonetheless. And yes, there we go.
There we go. A little bit of a pause in the action as one of the players has disconnected completely. So we're going to give ourselves a little break here, but we'll get back into it as soon as what a game so far.
Absolutely, Chicken on this Pharaoh. There's nothing you could do in the air, essentially just raining down these rockets, and they're not even giving him any attention. And honestly, that responsibility falls onto Rublikin.
And you can hear the crowd in the background too. This is amazing to see what this first event has done. And if this happens in the future, which I'm sure it will, based on this fan base, based on the high schools, and based on the organizations alone, I mean, credit Downey Unified for putting this all together, as well as the other sponsors. But they have been putting on a show here, and these fans have come to watch these guys play and basically try to win that cup for their school.
It's weird. You think, you see these matches going back and forth. You think Warren might have the advantage here, but it's just that GOATS comp is so strong. Downey is constantly winning that frontline fight. It's just that as soon as they win that frontline fight, they have to look into the air and what could a GOATS comp do against something flying against you in the air. So really, I mean, they, like you mentioned, they're trying to figure out counters to that GOATS composition, and it looks like they might have found it.
And let's go back again, because they were up 99, basically 99% to what, 30% along the way. And they find a way to win. What was the key to Downey High School winning that point?
They started focusing on Chicken. Towards the end there, he was left out to dry. The rest of his front line went down, and that made Rublikin look into the air, fly up there. He's the only one who could fly on his team right now, and he got up in the air, and he was able to take him out before the rest of his team could get there. So that's something that you have to focus on.
So we're only one map in, and look how exciting it is already. I mean, Vikings and Bears are putting on a show. right now. And we're only in the first match. We were talking about this earlier on before the broadcast even started, and we all thought this was going to be a great game to show, and it has been so far.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, Downey may be up 1-0 right now, but that doesn't mean this is over by a long shot. In fact, we have 4 maps to go, ladies and gentlemen, or actually, round 5.
Well, potentially it's a best of 3, best of 3 out of 5. First to 3 wins it all. But I mean, again, this potentially goes to 5.
Exactly. This could go to 5 matches, and we're not even done with 1. So this could be an insane back and forth match. And I like how, in front of our eyes, we're seeing these teams learn each other. At first, Chicken comes out of the gate, raining down on that GOATS composition. But then you notice, like over time, they start, okay, maybe we should start paying attention to Chicken. So over time, they're learning and, evolving as a team. And I think that's kind of the key to really these matches is who can learn their opponent quicker.
And I want to give a huge shout out as well, because you see the fan base here, but the one fan base that's been very supportive of not only this esports team, but their entire teams in general. I mean, you've got the cheerleaders out here in the crowd as well, doing a fantastic job leading their schools. I mean, that's how big this event can get. You've got the cheerleaders. I mean, you could fit a band in here too if you wanted to. I mean, that's how big this could be. We're only in Downey Theater, but this expansion can go anywhere.
Exactly. This could be, the start of something amazing. And that's why I'm excited to see, the winner of this tournament is essentially setting history. So is it going to be Downey? Is it going to be Warren? We have yet to find out. Yep, there they go. There's the crowd again. There's that Warren crowd. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, would you say that not because of this crowd, you can't really tell? I mean, this is Downey Theater, who is right next to Downey High School, but this does not feel like home field advantage whatsoever.
It feels exactly split down the middle, and not just because they are split down the middle, but because they are equally as loud as each other. In fact, actually, let's hear the Downey fans in the crowd right now. Are there any Downey fans here?
You can hear them in the mics.
Yeah, exactly. You can hear them in the mics. And now let's hear those Warren fans here in the crowd.
You can tell all the fans are reaching their mic right now, because we've been talking about how loud this crowd has been since it got here. They're standing outside the doors. We got video of what was going on outside. It was packed. It was absolutely packed.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I'm excited to see everybody, come in here and watch some Overwatch. I mean, of all the games, of everything that's coming out so far, I'm glad that, we're starting here in this situation starting here down at this high school level, because there is Overwatch League, there is contenders, there's ways to get up there. But if we're starting down here, all the way down at this age, I mean, this could be, tones for the future.
I mean, first big esport event in Downey, LA County. I mean, right now, these fans, these players, these teams, these schools, they're setting history right now. I mean, they're laying down history for what could be one of the biggest events we see in California. Not just like Overwatch League and all that, but if high school gets into it and they're making this a thing, I mean, it's going to be huge. It's going to be absolutely huge.
It'll be massive. And that's why, this match has so much on the line, so much at stake, really. It's just because, look at everybody that showed up. Just imagine that on that scale. There's people watching at home. There's a lot of people involved in this production. And that's why I love this. I mean, look, you can even look at both sides right now. They're having conversations with their coaches, and this is amazing. They're just talking back and forth. It seems like a family rather than a bunch of friends.
I mean, that's what it is. I mean, basically, you talk about one of the team members, Twitpuck, on the side of Downey. He knew his teammates, half of them from elementary school, half of them from middle school, and they're in high school together as seniors and a junior on their side now. And then you go on their side of Warren, and they have an all-freshman team, but it feels like they are an all-pro team already. I mean, it feels like both of these sides could. I mean, it can go anywhere at this point. It doesn't matter whether you've known them the longest or not. This could go anywhere.
Exactly, yeah. And we're almost done, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting them set right back into this game pretty quickly. But, I mean, I just think it's absolutely amazing that, the freshman lineup is just kind of bringing it to the seniors. And we're getting back in this game, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get this hype back up.
Bringing the hype back in. And already we can tell right before it, we saw the team from Warren High School take on over the first point. That was the key to that last time, trying to win that point. But now it's up to Downey to try to bring it back. But Warren's got to defend us, otherwise we can't go to Lighthouse.
Exactly. They have to be able to. It's a must-win right now. But there goes. Oh, goodness gracious. Look at that. A 4K. Make it 5. for Chicken with that barrage, and they're just going to send Downey right back to the spawn room. They said, give us a break. You're not going to come in here and try to take this point from us. And look at the freshmen sticking it to the seniors.
By the way, I think the most resounding sound in Overwatch when Athena calls team kill. The first of the series, and we're not even the full match in. We have one team kill already, and take a look at the ult economy. You have 3 ults on the side of Warren and none on the side because now they made some switches. Talk to us about the switches.
Exactly, yeah, look, the switches. They're going to switch to a kind of a disruption dive comp. That Doomfist is going to get in there, along with Kepler switching over to that Genji. They're going to try to get in there, attack opponent pretty quickly, and then get out. That's kind of been, that's the absolute, appeal of dive comp is that they can get in and out. That Diva Bomb's going to go in the air, and we'll see if it picks anybody, and Kaon going down. That could be huge.
Good find on Kaon to start. Now you got a Riptide coming out as well. Where's it going to come from? Nobody knows. And Parzicle gets the kill on the Monk just to help them out. So a little bit of a 2-2 trade, but right now you find Zinzam going down the hands of Kaon. So this could be a good matchup for Warren now as they turn it around as Party Bacon able to get the D-Mac on Rubla King, not before Zabozo gets the kill on Party Bacon as well. So really it's just a back and forth shove match at this point with the way things are going. Another rocket barrage coming out from Chicken. That's going to get Lamont. That's going to get Zabozo as well. And this should be Warren's to win right here.
This should be, but we'll see if they're able to bounce back from all this. We still got people failing into this point, and Warren is going to come back if they can keep them off, if they can keep Downey off, and they absolutely will, and they will tie up this map.
And they tie it up at 1. What a game between these two teams. We called it was going to be close, and already we're going on to Game 3. To the Lighthouse we go in Helios.
We'll see who's able to win this out, and Lighthouse, a very, very fan favorite. This is where things start to get different because the meta that works on Ruins, the meta that works on Wells may not work on Lighthouse. It could be totally different. It's going to be a pretty intense shift, so we'll see if they're able to come back.
Now Lighthouse, we've been talking about this game all game long. Pharah is key in Lighthouse most of this time. Chicken's still on the Pharah, might I add. And that's going to be huge. If Chicken can go off here, that's going to be huge, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. We don't talk about his DPS partner in Parzicle too much, but they switched to this double spam, double, explosion comp, and this is just dealing damage right now. We'll see if this Goats comp can come back and do it. Ooh, almost a boop over the edge, and that could have been very devastating, but Downey's going to take establishment on the point pretty quickly.
Downey starts off on the point to start. 10 seconds remaining before the point unlocks, and we see who gets control first. Already you got the entire team basically getting healed up by this great team of Zimzam and Lamont on the healers, and so far so good as Woodla King able to take down Kaon, one of the main tanks to start us off here, and that is going to allow Downey to take the first strike on the point.
Downey's going to take control of the point, building that ult percentage, but look, I told you, maybe this meta that's been working on Ruins and Wells won't work here on this Lighthouse map, and this seems to be the case because Chicken's just not getting the value that he used to get.
And already Zabozo getting the kill on Parzicle, that's going to be a good start for them. And already, you can see the ult charge as well, the coalescence that's already up for Zimzam. That's how good these supports are from Downey High School.
They are just keeping their team alive. The support players, they may not get the best credit because they're not in the kill feed ever, but look, they're keeping their team alive, and especially, all the props in the world to Chicken's pharmacy partner. That Kalitro is just keeping them up in this match, and we'll see, a lot of ultimates coming online.
And that Riptide's going to get Eagle IV. Might I add credit to his own trap for teaming in Eagle IV as well. You've got a Sandbear dropping. That's going to be huge as Lamont saves pretty much the team from any more spam damage coming to them. And now self-destruct right in the middle of the room.
Oh!
He's going to find Bacon Pancake. Good start for the side of Downey. But Kalitro's going to be able to get the rest on Chicken. The rocket, I don't see a rocket barrage either, so that may not help them in this case. And right now it looks like Downey's going to be able to hold on. Kalitro in a little bit of trouble, and that's not good. When you get the Mercy down, no chance of res, you got to back up.
Yeah, you have to back out of here. You cannot lose anyone else. Parzicle and Chicken getting very low on their health bars, but luckily they're able to escape for now. And Downey's going to keep control of this point, and they're almost to 75%, 3/4 of the way through, and Warren hasn't even touched it.
And I always say it before, isn't it important to win that first game, just to take a lead? It's that first game that's always important here. 80% and rolling. This is what could be final fight in this case. You've already got Kepler coming in here with a Graviton Search. That could be helpful, as well as an Earth Shatter coming in from Eagle IV. Now on the side of Warren, however, you don't have any ults to use. You've got a Graviton Search, keeps them outside the point for a little while. The question is to follow up damage. You've got a great Earth Shatter coming out from Eagle IV. 99%, nobody gets on the point in time, and Warren High School cannot do it. Downey gets game number 1.
Downey Vikings will go up 1-0. here in this finals match. And that was amazing. And we're going to see the play of the game here. And of course, it's going to go to Chicken. Who else? You know, he may have not won the match, but he was a star player. And look at him dropping down uncontested. Nobody was even looking at him. And he's just able to get down. And you hear that quintuple kill going live. And goodness, what a player. But let's switch it over to Downey real quick. Downey Vikings coming out on top there.
And a I mean, 2-1. What a start here in Downey Theater. I mean, you could feel the energy not only of the fans here, but you could feel the energy from the players as well. You take a look at their camera. I mean, you take a look. They have cameras on each one. We're not able to view them just yet, but you take a look at what they're doing, and you saw Chicken come up with that big play on the Rocket Rush. It was nuts on their team.
Yeah, everyone was elated. You know, even in the crowd, people were going crazy when he was landing those. But let's talk about what Downey Vikings was doing right. They knew that they had to switch on that final Lighthouse, but they just did. But, you know, Warren didn't switch. So now, you know, you have the advantage comp-wise. Goats comp is practically unbreakable if you have to fight in a frontline fight. But that's Elios. So we're going to see. We're going to move on to our next map. It's going to be a hybrid map, Kings Row.
Now, Kings Row is a very interesting one because we haven't seen an escort map yet, so it's a little harder to bring up. But in the first place, again, it's still that control point that makes it the biggest. You've got the control point, attackers coming in and the defenders. It's basically almost the same distance between the point, between each other. But if the attackers can get that point, that's when it turns into a little bit of an escort game where you got to escort it all the way down. If you get 3 points, you complete the map. So you take the payload down to the second point and the third point, and that's it as well. So the question is, from what we've seen so far, who has the upper advantage in this escort, or rather in this hybrid map?
It's hard to say because Warren seems like they could be able to play the long game. If you're coming up to them, they're able to hit you from long distances. But Downey Vikings, once they get in your face, that Reinhardt swinging away, and it's just so hard to break through that. So we'll have to see, you know, what comes out on top. This is another fair favored map, so Chicken could go on to there and, you know, flex his hero pool when ready. And so we'll see how it goes back and forth if the shields are going to be able to hold up against the barrages that Warren's bringing.
Now, I want you to bring this forth because so far we're keeping our eyes on, of course, all of the players. All of these players are really good. Give me your one player on each team that we have to keep an eye on throughout the rest of the series.
Oh, goodness. This is even up for debate. Warren, on the side of Warren, Chicken is the player to watch as he's just going absolutely crazy. And then, you know, on the side of Downey Vikings, I'm going to actually give it to Woobla King. He's kind of been going back and forth here, just taking out Farah into that air. And so he's kind of been that counter to Chicken. So really, we'll see if it's able to work in Kings Row.
So the Bears and Vikings go at it one more time. We're going to go in-game into Kings Row, located in, of course, beautiful United Kingdom over here. So a little bit of a backstory to it as well, a little bit of a location advice. But as well, look at the Assemble the Hero phase again. The Goats comp coming in for Downey. It's been so effective so far, except for that one map maybe on the Ruins that they lost. But still, the two maps that they won, the Goats comp usually tended to be the driving force to win that map.
It's gonna come down to if they're able to break through and get to their supports. The thing that makes Goats Comp so hard to break through is that the supports are just constantly pumping out that healing. Moira and Lucio, those burst healers, along with Brigitte. If you get close to them, she's just gonna swing away and starts healing. Now let's talk about the defenders, because clearly once they leave that spawn room, they're not gonna be able to change. So that looks like a very similar comp. We're gonna see Parsicle go on to that Soldier 76, maybe take a high ground and start raining down those shots on that Goats Comp. And of course, we're going to see Chicken on that fair. Why not? He was going crazy.
Why not as well? When you take a look at the attack side again, beautiful thing of the game, you can't really tell what the teams are picking until that spawn door opens. And right now, again, it's going to be Downey to start off on the attack. They have the momentum going into this game. How does that help them with this first attack?
You know, they have a chip on their shoulder now. They were able to win out a game. And if Downey's coming in here, you know, even if you lose this game, it's tied at worst. So how about, you know, Downey come out of the gate, swing away, and see if they're able to do anything special.
Keep in mind, too, this is also one of two game modes that can go in a tie, or basically a good tie, right? You got Escort that's barely got a tie at that point. So you've got one of two maps that have go into a really good tie already. You can see this Goats Comp from Downey basically go all the way around from the upstairs down to the downstairs. They're taking over the point already in a 5v1 situation. Warren's trying to hold on for as long as possible. Great from Eagle Eye to take on Kaon. That's going to be a 5v6. No reds either coming up to the side, or rather, Khalid's going to be able to get the reds on Kaon so that a defending team may have a chance here as 3 kills coming all together. Warren High School may be able to spend it all together as Eagle Eye does get the kill on Party Bacon already as with that fire strike combo. But the way things are going right now, this could be a spawn room advantage nonetheless. And already a rally coming out from Zabozo. How fast was that? Not even a minute in.
Yeah, exactly. Not even a minute in deep, but they have to pay attention to Chicken, and that's going to be Wooblakin's job. He's going to look into the air and try to take him out. But there's that rocket barrage, but it's going to be eaten up by D.Va's defense matrix. And, you know, you lose Zimzam, but that ult was essentially canceled.
I was about to say, Chicken just took down Zimzam, but the defense matrix coming in handy altogether already. It looks like still it's a scrappy battle between these two teams. The first thing has still not been secured yet between these two. And look at the battle that's going on. I mean, you've got Chicken taking out Lamonk after Khalid able to res on Party Bacon. Or Shatter comes in, not really finding anybody, but Eagle Eye being able to get the charge on Bacon Pancake as well. And right now, just a push and shove battle. And now, this may be one right here. Self-destruct is still in or can still be used as Zimzam using that coalescence to take down Kaon. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left to go on the clock. We still have something to use. Self-destruct, is this going to get anybody is the question. Yes, Chicken, what a bomb from the side of Downey. That's going to help them out. 2:10 on the clock now remaining. Sound barrier is going to drop. They finally get the first take. That's the important one. And now the rest will follow, and it looks like Downey High School able to take over point number 1, and the payload will move.
Exactly, the payload will move, and they'll get a little bonus time. Watch the time at the top, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to change right before your eyes to 4.5 minutes. So they have 4.5 minutes to complete this escort phase, and we'll see if they're able to kind of move it here. You have to watch out. Chicken does have that barrage, so we've seen how effective he can be with it.
Now the question remains, we've never seen them on an escort yet. We've only seen them on control point. Now, how does this Goats comp versus a 2-2-2 standard comp vary to each other on escort from your previous experiences?
You have to keep that momentum going. You can't be, restricted to this point right now. Keep one person on cart duty and let everyone start moving. And there's Chicken in that back line. Nobody was paying attention to him, and he's actually going to get rezzed. He didn't even go down. How could you let that happen? He gets in your back line and is able to walk away alive. He's still doing damage.
And still doing damage as well. They're going to swing the hammer away. Wooblakin is going to go down. And what a comeback. That was one of the riskiest reses I've ever seen.
Yeah, all the props.
All the props to Kalitro.
Oh, absolutely. Kalitro going in there for that risky res in the backline. If you lose your Mercy in that fight's lost. And look at this. You only invest that res and that barrage in there, and you have 4 ultimates ready to go to take this next fight.
And by now that res is already up, so that res could be used in a pinch as well. We're going to see them push up already. They've got the shields coming up. Now they're aiming. They know they got to aim for Chicken right away, and that's exactly what Wooblakin is trying to do. But Chicken's already taking out Zimzam. And now you got to grab some darts. That's the entire team coming in as well. Chicken's got 1, though, using that rocket barrage. Again, finds 3 people. After the rocket barrage finds, or gets 2 on the rocket barrage and the team echo on Wooblakin, it's all but over. Zimzam, the only one to live to tell the tale of that fight.
You have to pay attention to Chicken. If he keeps running around uncontested, he's gonna do his damage, and we've seen him do that. And I am so impressed with the restriction of these freshmen right now on the Warren side. They didn't even use all of their ultimates in that fight. They still have 2 tank ultimates.
And this is not just the game. I mean, beauty of esports, you can be any age you want and still have the same skill set as anybody else. I mean, that's why we talk about freshmen, seniors, juniors. These are all pros to us at this point in the top 2 of the highschool.gg organization here in Downey. We've already got the self-destruct coming out right in the middle of the bubble, but it's not going to get anything there, so that will help them out from Eagle IV. Tactical Visor is going to come out. That's going to be courtesy of Marsco. Is they going to find anybody? That finds the Bozo to start, so it's 3-6 combination out. Marsco finds more heads to go off of, and that will be it. Eagle IV, again, going back, and we'll say it again. He lives to tell the tale of that great fight that Warren just picked off.
Exactly. Look, now they're going to start going, putting a little pressure on them as he tried to get out of there. Chicken's running around, flying around in this map, just kind of, raining down those rockets. And unless they start paying attention to him, he's gonna keep doing his damage. But look, Zimzam has that coalescence, so they can start the fight with that, keep everyone up online, and even look into the air and try to take out Chicken.
So, I mean, again, you've got that Kepler on Tracer now. That's going to be huge if they can get it off. And already you see the coalescence being brought up from Zimzam. That's going to help them out just a little bit with the healing and the damage that it does. Chicken with another rocket barrage. Is not going to find, yes, it finds the Bozo. Good start for Warren. That helps out. But Zimzam finds Kalitro. That's not good. And another pause in the action. Oh boy. And what's happening here? Oh, Warren actually had to jump off the station real quick to find somebody because they fell off. And so we're going to find ourselves another pause here. And I know that's not what the fans want here. They want to see continuous esports action, but it happens to all of us. Technical difficulties, I mean, I'll say it live here. I'm from Hawaii, and we have ping issues all the time. So it's not too unfamiliar to me to have technical issues like this. But still, big game between these two teams so far. I mean, Chicken's been going off in every single. Let me give this to you folks. In every single rocket barrage so far in this game, Chicken has not gotten less than 2 kills.
Yeah, exactly. And Chicken is just going absolutely crazy. But let's talk about the comp that's coming out on the side of the offense. They switched it up a little bit. They switched this disruption dive with bringing out that Doomfist and Kepler going over to that Tracer, along with Eagle IV switching over to that Winston. So it's essentially, kind of a common dive. As we see, we're going to get this all set up soon, ladies and gentlemen. And there you are in the crowd. Thank you all so much for coming out and making the trip here. And this has been such an amazing match to go out of right now.
And you can see all these people, all the staff and all the crew coming out here. They're recording it. We're posting it on social media for highschool_GG on Twitch. It's being broadcasted to plenty of people around the world, not just the nation, but we've let people know around the world as well that this is an organization that is here to stay.
This is an organization that's here to stay, and this is a tournament that's I hope is here to stay as well. This high school esports tournament, just going head to head, and we're getting this set up soon, ladies and gentlemen. Just a technical difficulty going on over there on the side of Warren this time, actually. But now let's talk about what's going on in this match right now. On the kill feed that's still on the screen on the right side, we see blue on that right side right now. That's 3 down for the side of Warren,
including Chicken, who just killed himself, which is a huge pick. But you take a look at the ult economies too. I would say, and this was a comment from Warren High School's team as well during our interviews with them earlier on yesterday. They said that their ultimate usage has been a little bit off lately. I mean, you get the ultimate combos correct, you win games. You get the ultimate usage right, you win games as well. But so far, I would say their ultimate usage has been pretty spot on.
I think that's something they've definitely put a focus on and worked on. I mean, I've been so impressed that they've held restraint. Maybe, a little too much restraint because Kaon and X-Party Bacon go down without using their ultimate. So that could have been, an error. As I believe once we get this game on pause, that, Downey's going to start moving this cart just a little bit more. And this is the second time we've seen them switch to this comp, This dive disruption comp that could go in there, get in there very quickly, hit them hard, and then get out. And it's worked. It's worked, the first time, and it's looking like it's going to work the second time.
Keep in mind, folks, too, this is for the folks on Twitch watching on highschool_GG. It is packed in here. I mean, just as a reference, you can hear the crowd in the background. You can hear the Bear Cave. You can hear Viking Nation come around. You can hear them through our mics whenever there's a big kill. I mean, that is the biggest thing for an esports thing. When you have a fan base like this that's going on, it's amazing.
It is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And we actually gave them a lot of poster board and markers before they walked in here. So I'm seeing a lot of their signs going around right now. Let me read some of those signs. Put them up.
I want to see Tracer.
I want to be Tracer. Yep, there we go. There's that TikTok meme.
I'm already Tracer. Oh boy. Okay, and then here's the funniest. Here's the one that we saw earlier on. He wrote it earlier on, back when they were playing their match. But they said over here, "Let Bob res."
Let Bob res. There we go. There it is. Let Bob res right there. Bob is the ultimate for the newest character of Overwatch, Ash, and they want him to use that resurrection ability just like Mercy. I don't know if I would let that happen.
I don't know if I'd let that slide. I mean, not to the fans' unfortunate hearing here, but
nerf this. I see that.
Nerf this as always. I mean, you have some. You're right. So
Winston.
The song just continues on and on. Credit to those guys from Warren over there that are putting it up. But you talk about the new character Ash with that ultimate and all together. I mean, Bob's just deadly in general. You're gonna let him res?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd let him self-res. That's definitely not happening either. Let D.Va Death Blossom. No, that's not going to happen. Death Blossom is the ultimate of Reaper, and that's already pretty strong. But yeah, I love seeing these fans right all the time. May is Bay. You sure about that one?
We all have our own character preference. Keep that in mind. We all have our own character preference. I mean, you got May is Bay. I mean, you got the Tracer song. I mean, you got the meme song over there. Let Bob res. Let D.Va Death Blossom. Can't
Great
read that
crowd.
one with the can't read that one over there. It's a little dark from our side as well, but we'll see if we can get and from our producer at least, Qbot, who, by the way, let's mention this. By the way, we have a full production crew here.
We do.
Well, not just joining you and me. We have Qbot, we have Moira, and they're from Broadcast GG as well. Not only just from Broadcast GG, but from Contenders as well. The tier right below Overwatch League, and that is amazing to have two of the best here in this theater today.
Two of the best producers coming out here to produce some games for a high school tournament. That's amazing. It tells you how important we believe this future to be. The future of esports, it all starts right here. It could even start at a younger age. You can even go back to the middle schools, but really it all starts right here. And this is absolutely amazing to see. And I love this crowd here tonight, especially with all the signs and the loud clapping things that they have. They're so loud.
The thunder sticks, as they call them.
The thunder sticks. Yes.
I mean, they have them all over the place. You saw them earlier, actually. Posted this online as well. They have the wave going. They all had their chants. Let's go Warren, or let's go Downey as well. I mean, they were going back and forth at it. And this is how you know that this is a rivalry game to watch altogether.
Ooh, rivals. All right, there we go. And well, look, it looks like we're about to get back into this game, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll see if everything's all set. As soon as everything's all set, yep, there we go. We're about to get back into this game. Get ready, people. Going crazy.
We're going back into the scene as well, so let's get things underway. And already you can see that, remember that three-piece that you said was in the kill feed on the right side earlier for Blue? That's not going to help them at any point. They've got a minute left to go now, and this payload's going to move forward. The question is, do they want to attack this, or should they not?
No, I definitely don't think you should. I mean, you got to let them cap it, and they're going to get a little time bonus right there. So now they're going to go up 2-0 in the series, and we'll see if they can make it a 3. Chicken's still on this Pharah right now. Raining down the stars. Kalitro's coming up on that Mercy ultimate pretty soon.
But it's not a bad pick either, because even if Kepler changes onto that Tracer and Zabolzo to that Doomfist, you still have no direct source of damage to that barrel.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's going to be the number point.
Exactly, and they're running this double shield comp, so really any spam damage is going to work. Doomfist goes to the air for a meteor strike. Let's see if he can slam down on anyone. He's not going to find anybody at that moment, but he is still doing that damage, and Kepler's going to let a bomb in there, and all the ultimates are coming out now. We're seeing, red in the left side of the kill feed.
Got to let the ultimates come out now. Everybody's bringing out their ultimates. Great touchdown from Gibraltar to take down Particle. They're down 3 more to go now as Kepler finds his way at the Keon. In the final meter, we're in the home stretch for the payload here. And already 2-0. A minute 25. Keep in mind, they have 2:20 and now just over a minute in, and now we find our way in. Chicken finds some more.
Oh, goodness.
Process, and that's not good in the meantime, but Kalitro able to find the rest again on Chicken. How good is this mercy from Kalitro?
Oh my goodness, Kalitro is just absolutely enabling Chicken, and Warren's going to be able to hold them off. Downey has to rush now a little bit. They only have a minute left, but they're coming up on a lot of ultimates, and Zimzam just used his ultimate. Oh, he used it to change.
So right now, you would say this is final fight, no?
Oh, I absolutely would, especially with how long these fights have been. This is the final fight. Let's keep an eye on Kepler real quick, as he might be going in the back line. Trying to find, getting dangerously low. He tried to go in the back and tried to find a pulse bomb stick, but it's not going to work, especially if Chicken's getting in your face like that. Look at this aggressive play.
Great start from Warren as well. Chicken getting that kill on Kepler is one of the more important things, because they still have that pulse bomb to hang on to as well. If you get rid of those in, you ought to right now, that'd be huge, and that'd be big for Chicken as well. Chicken's been on fire all game long. I would say at least 85% of this game.
You cannot just continue to let him do this anymore. I mean, after this match, you have to think maybe to switch off that GOATS comp. Just because it's not working out too well against someone like Chicken who's just raining down these stocks. And look at that! What a snipe across the map with those rockets. And he has another barrage. And here it comes. No more Diva in the mech.
No more Diva in the mech. Chicken's going off here. Eagle Eye Beagle's down. Oh, but Zimzam finds the way at the Chicken. But here's another res from Kalitro.
Oh my
I
goodness.
cannot believe this. This is insane the way Kalitro is playing right now. And they're just going to go off altogether. One last person to take care of would be Kepler, who's going to go down at this point. Can rewind all he wants. He's going to go down. Overtime clock runs. And oh no, maybe not. It's not over yet. I spoke too soon. Let me bite my tongue for a second. Because here comes the Winston here from Eagle Eye. Switches on, not going to go anywhere. And now you got an Earth Shatter coming in. That's going to run the overtime clock. What an Earth Shatter from Warren coming in, courtesy of Chaos. But again, pinpoint the one healer you want to spectate, Kalitro has done it so far.
Kalitro's so amazing. Every time Chicken goes down, he's right there to get him back into that game. And that's just great mercy play. Now remember, if Warren wants to win this, they just have to move that cart as far as Downey, or a little bit farther than Downey did, and then they'll walk away with this win, and they have a chance of tying this up.
They could have a chance. There's no chance of a tie here. So the basic thing is, when you guys will see it later on as well in not only Twitch but in the field as well, in the fan base rather. They will have a golden box to victory. We call it the golden box of victory all the time because that's your key to winning if you can get it down all the way. But keep in mind, they still have to get the control point first. And if they play the Goats Cup right now against Chicken, I don't know if this is going to work out.
No, I don't think so either. And look at this. They're going to get some comps locked in. And this is exactly what I want to see. Kepler going on to the McCree, getting ready for the hit scan to look into the air and take out Chicken. So maybe this could not be, too good for Warren.
For those, again, that don't know what the hit scan term means, it's basically just anything accurate that you can land your shots on. McCree has a revolver, so that's pretty accurate if you can get your shots off as well. So, you got to hit Kalitro first. It's bad because you have Chicken who's getting the damage on, Kalitro who's getting these insane wrestles on. You don't know who to aim first.
No,
don't
absolutely.
know who to get the aim on first. It's insane.
It's insane, and that's why, I feel like if you're going to go for Chicken, wait till Kalitro drops to res, use that flashbang, and then use, your revolver to your advantage. And now let's talk about his other DPS, Sabozo, going under that Junkrat. There's a spam damage hit scan combination, and this could be deadly. And look at him just bombing all of these alleyways.
Now they're going to try the same thing, except this time they're going to split up. It's 3 on the top, 3 on the bottom as well. They might split up a little bit as the Brigade finds the right. Finally on over. That's going to be courtesy of Parsco. They're just going to charge right in. No mercy whatsoever. Or that fun, but no mercy intended whatsoever. Kian's already got a kill on Eagle Eye B. Simzap gets the D-Mac on Party Bacon. That might be huge for them to start off. 3.5 minutes remaining. And you see a back and forth match, but Chicken still cannot be stopped. That's a huge pick. Kepler goes down, and with no resin on the side of Downey High School, that's going to be bad. Kalitro again with another res. I've not seen him lose to a res so far this game.
Oh my goodness, look how dominantly Warren just won that fight. And they're going to be able to cap this point and get this moving. So they're going to get up just 1 point here. But oh, look at this. He's still Eagle IV on the side of Downey. He's still trying to get in there, but you're just going to get melted. You can't win a 1v6. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. And Warren's going to get this point moving.
Now your question is, would you question Eagle IV jumping in there? Because now you're staggering yourself out for the rest of the team.
Yeah, maybe. And look at this Chicken going in the back line. Nobody paid attention to him. And Kalitro's going to arrest him again.
I don't believe this. Let's take another look at that replay. Let's take a look at the replay here from Chicken. And what a rocket barrage overall from Chicken. Again, every single rocket barrage tonight has not gotten less than 2 kills altogether. This is insane. You're already taking a look at the next play here, and they're just pushing them up all the way through. This is a dominant Warren team right now.
This is a dominant Chicken team, rather, as they're going absolutely crazy. He's just getting in the back lane. Nobody's paying attention to him into the air, and then he's just getting there and raining down those barrages. And Warren with 4.5 minutes of so much time to get this cart moving. They're going to turn this corner here, and Downey, they have to play in their face.
Right now, take a look at the ults economy. Well, 2 ults on the side, or now 3 ults. You also have Chicken almost with that rocket barrage if Kalitro can keep him up. 2-1 to score. 4:20 left to go on the clock.
Oh, goodness!
Bozo coming in with a triple kill on the part going Kalitro. That's going to be huge for them to start. And now the rest will fall down. Bozo, what a rip tire. And oh my goodness, that's the right 3 words from it that you just said.
Yeah, that was insane. Look, we were so concentrated on Kepler because we were looking at the counter to him that we didn't even pay attention to Sabozo, and he's coming in doing all the plays. Now look, this could be key. There's almost 6 ultimates online for the side of Warren. Almost all of them have their ultimates. All of them could be canceled if Simzan uses his ultimate.
Now a little bit of a different story too, because these 2 teams were held up in their first fight. Now the second fight, on the other hand, that's what they went through. And here we go. Sabozo's already got the kill on Parts of the Strong. You got a self-destruct coming up from both divas. One getting nothing. The other.
Oh! Goodness!
One Jin going in here with a 4K farm kill, and it is all but over.
Oh my goodness!
And for the second time this series, Athena all in his team kill.
Downey High School coming in big. You know, we've been talking and we're like, okay, Warren has this. And look, you even got Chicken and Kalitro to use their ultimates in that fight. That's the two you have to watch out for. So that was an insane bomb going into the air. And I told you, ladies and gentlemen, to pay attention to Woobla Kid.
I mean, okay, now take a look at this, by the way. You've only got one DPS on the side. With Chicken doing all the damage, they thought it was going to be enough. Do you think Downey's finally figured out the formula?
Maybe. Look, I love that Woobla Kid's looking into the sky right now and paying attention to Chicken. That's going to be the key to kind of winning out these fights. So maybe they have started paying attention, but that sound barrier is going to come up. So now it may be advantage Warren.
That'll be advantage Warren. We'll see as well. They looked at the payload some more. You've got the coalescence to heal up the rest of the team and do some damage to them as well with that positive-negative thing going on. And now you've got a rally coming in. That's going to be courtesy of Parkswood. That keeps the team alive for a little longer here if they keep them all together. Eagle Eye Beagles down by the Havoc down. Red Fire comes in. It might not do much because Bacon Hanging does go down, but it's 1 kill compared to 3 on the kill feed as well. And now you got Kaon just cleaning up house at this point. And that will be it. Second point taken over by Warren.
And Warren has 3.5 minutes just to get it to the golden box right there. And they just have to go pretty far though, and it's going to be a very tough task.
There you can see the golden box of victory right there. They are 62.35 meters away from it. Zip Zam goes down. That's one of your 2 healers down already. They don't have a mercy either. That's the big thing. Rocket Barrage coming in again. Chicken gets one on Kepler, and that will be it as Lamont gets the kill. First time we see Chicken get 1 kill. Oh! That's huge! As they get Kaon down, it's okay, but Kaon's going to be down as well as the rest of the team comes and helps. But he will stay alive. Kalitro again getting a res on Chicken. That is huge, but Kepler doesn't get That's a huge short shadow. So 4 going down, and the rest will wipe up house. And the only one left to go, Kepler is left. So is Lamont. That's 2 left on the point. People get also there as well. It'll be a clean house, and Kepler can get this as well.
And Warren
will do it. It's 1-1 in the series.
The Warren Bears come back to tie up this series as they win Kings Row with the superior composition. And they're coming in there, and you know, the one thing to watch out for, as we see Woobla Kid get this play, let's watch the Steva bomb go high into the sky and come down. Look, I love this. He waited until Kalitro started that resurrection. Look, he pops the ultimate, comes down for the res, and then pops the Diva ultimate. Then look at this. Goodness, that kill speed just filling up with that huge play, but they still weren't able to win this as Warren is going to go up and tie this series.
I want to point out something as well from that last game. Chicken, 23,870 damage. 46% of the hero damage brought out by the side of Warren. That is amazing. To do that in 5 points, to do over almost 24,000 damage. 24,000 damage, rather, is unheard of.
It's unheard of. 46% of your team coming from one person. That's just how, you know, damaging Chicken has been. And as we're going to move on to the next map, it's going to be Watch Point Gibraltar, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be an escort map, and we'll see who's going to be able to take the lead here. Remember, it is the first to 3 wins, and both team has a win already. So we'll see. This map is going to decide whose game point it is.
I mean, it is an all-around great one, tied up in 1-1. I mean, this... if we say it right now, I mean, there could be a tie at any point. We are going to see the assault map no matter what happens, and that assault map will be a Temple of Anubis. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Do we have a little bit of an announcement going on?
Uh-oh.
We might have a little bit of a break in the action here. Uh-oh.
All right. Well, it looks like we're going to get into the game, I guess. All right, so we're going to move on to Watch Point in Gibraltar, and let's talk about Watch Point in Gibraltar. We've seen GOATs, we've seen Pharaoh, we've seen everything going back and forth, but really the one thing that's kind of meta on this map, I guess, is that dive composition.
I mean, that dive is going to be huge. You and I see it all the time here on Watch Point Gibraltar as well, but let's go through the map here first off. It starts off, point number 1 is going to start off a little bit here. To start off there, you can see the faces right behind us as well on screen. Looking very pretty with all their faces. First point is going to be pretty much the rocket payload that's trying to lead up to that rocket. First is a little bit of an open area. That's where Farrah can excel. Chicken can excel right here. Second point, a little more closed area with the spaceship, but still pretty open for Farrah. I mean, this is an all-around Farrah map, you could say at this point. And then the last point of that leads up to a rocket ship. Well, this will be the first time we see these two teams line up for a full escort point.
Yeah, full escort point. As soon as you come out the gate, it's to start moving that payload. And look, we almost see mirror compositions coming out on either side, except Chicken is still on that Farrah.
I mean, Chicken told us before that his favorite character is Farrah. I think we know why. I think we now know the reason why. Again, out of all the ults that he's used, I've only counted one that he's gotten less than 2 kills before.
Yes.
I mean, how amazing is that?
That's insane. I mean, every time landing those huge barrages, and we'll see if, he's able to continue that trend as we're going to get into this game, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to come out with 5 seconds left, and we'll see if Downey can come back and take the lead in the series.
Again, keep your eye on the Farrah chicken. That's going to be huge. You've also got the Goat Cop again coming out from the side of Downey, so it's going to be interesting to see how they take on their first attack. Because last time they went only to 2 points and then got broken off by the Golden Box of Victory. This time, again, they've got the same thing and another pause in the action here. And they are, I guess it's calling for lag.
Oh, yeah, a lot of these players are calling out for, and we're going to get that fixed very quickly, ladies and gentlemen. I know we've had a pause in every map.
I mean, it's been a pause in every map, but that's to keep up the suspense a little bit, I would say.
Hold them back.
Hold them back just a little bit. You got to pull and push, pull and push, pull and push.
So you're telling me this is a tactical. We did this. This is on purpose.
Oh, no, this isn't on purpose. I can tell you that much. I can tell you that much. We have all of our crew here working to set this up, starting from last night, from 2 to 7 first, and they come here early in the morning, starting from 9 o'clock to set this all up for the show that is being put on right now. I mean, credit to all the crew. I mean, Todd, one of the admins, as well as Chow Runner. I know Sean is back there as well. I mean, you got all the admins. I think Patrick. I mean, everybody, and Jake on the IT side. Right. I just keep naming as we go because there's so many people that we have to name to thank.
Exactly. Yeah, but we're going to get back in this game now as everything seems to be fixed, and we'll see as Downey starts to move this card a little bit more, and it looks like they have to drop this double shield tank composition. We'll see if they have to drop down and keep them in this fight.
We're back inside action now, 30 seconds in already. You can tell where the payload is. It's right around that down slope, or right around the first turn, rather. And now they're going to get some kills. Keon does get a trade off with Lamont on kills on each other, so Kalitro, again, able to get a res on to Keon. He has been impressive all game long. And so now we see Keon getting that charge onto Zimzap to start. And now, they finally focus Chicken, but Chicken's got the healing from Kalitro again. This healing, this support from Kalitro has been insane all game long, all match long, rather. 3 minutes left to go on the point. You've got Chicken taking out Lamont, and you cannot let Chicken run wild here because Chicken's already at 83% rather, and running. And already, oh no, they're letting him go. Oh, that's terrible.
That's a huge stagger, and with them letting him live now, you're going to go down to about 2.5 minutes. Freddie, you have to move this. You got to start moving this point if you're Downey. That's going to come down to winning that tank war. The one thing I was praising Downey for is that they're able to win that frontline fight. But with this double shield composition coming out and another barrage, but actually he's not going to find one in this one as Zabozo is going to knock him out of the air. And he's going to get punished for that, though, for trying to do that. But remember, it is spawn advantage on offense.
You also want to remember one name, Kalitro. He rezzed the Chicken again. I mean, I want to feel like I go back to this VOD. I want to watch and ask myself, how many times does Kalitro get a res without dying in this game? I mean, it's been amazing to watch. The self-destruct also available for the side of Wooblakin. I mean, you got a 5 ult to 4 ult advantage. Question is how, when, if, and how effective it'll be.
Yeah, how effective will it be really? And we'll see if they can able to come back from it. And there's that barrage coming in, and there's that. Oh my goodness, a lot of ultimates being thrown there, and it's looking like it's been 6 ultimates so far. As Eagle IV still holding on to his, and actually that may have not been by choice because he got shattered down there.
There were 9 ults. I'll keep track for you. 8 ults were used in that last move. Right there. And now the Earth Shatter being used. This could be a big one. Barzico goes down as well as the Lucio on their side as well. Lamont down. And now you got the Rocket Rush coming in again. I think they may have found the answer. Chicken goes down. Kalitro again finds the res on Chicken to start. Kalitro might be the support MVP so far. Earth Shatter comes in. That's 3 people inside of the Earth Shatter. That's a good start, but no follow-up damage on the side. And now you're going to have the follow-up damage courtesy of Kaon and the Chicken bringing down that supercharger as well. And really not going to find anything else. Eagle IV all by himself out there. Lamont as well. And right now it's a staggers down. You've got a 5-4 on the point so far. 50 seconds remaining on the clock. It's just looking like a stagger battle at this point.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna get another pause. It's because these players can't play if there's a lot of lag going on. So we're gonna have to see if there's we could fix this problem here real quick. But these fights going back and forth right now, coming online, it's kind of Warren never saying die. They never back out of this fight, even though they lose 3 members. They're still in the fight.
And keep in mind too, it's been pretty much the same thing from the last game. in Kings Row. They had the advantage going into that final strike, but then it somehow turns out to be Downey High School coming in and basically taking over the point. But we're taking a look at it on our side. Do you see anything that could come about what they have so far?
The only way Downey comes out on top of this now is if they focus chicken. That's really the only thing I could think about right now. And not just focus chicken, focus Kalitro as well. You get the elimination on chicken, and then you turn your back and start walking away. Kalitro's going to come in there for the reds, and you're going to get punished for that.
I mean, again, I will say it again. I'll go back to the VOD, and I will count up how many times Kalitro got a res on Kalitro got a res in general, basically. It's been mostly chicken, but you saw him get onto Kaon as well. I mean, I'll tweet that. I don't mind tweeting that number out because it's been an insane number so far. I don't think I've ever seen a Mercy res up that many times without dying.
Yeah, and just no punishment at all. Diving into that back line, and we'll see how. Like, let's look at the ult economy right now. While this is paused, I mean, you're gonna have so close to 4 ultimates coming online pretty soon for the side of Warren, and that seems to be the advantage is that they always have an ult economy. Sure, Downey isn't that far behind, but Warren just seems to be the team on top.
And so, I mean, right now, Warren is in a good position to pull this off.
Right.
And right now, as it stands, we've had close games. It was 3-2 back on Kings Row. Now you're looking at maybe a 1-0, if that's possible.
Maybe. I mean, we'll see that. We'll just see because I hope this opens the eyes of Downey if they get 1-0'd here in this Kings Row, because that means they're going to have to start paying attention. Sure they won Ilios, yes, they won it 2-1, and especially in that final map, pretty convincing. But that's just because the fair just quite didn't work on these maps. On these maps so far, I mean, Kings Row, Gibraltar, Farah is a very good pick.
I mean, it is one of the great picks here. I mean, you and I see it all the time, whether it be in pro leagues or our own cast at the same time too. I mean, it's been a wonderful pick as well. But let's focus off a little bit from the game a little bit. Let's go back to our interviews we've had with these wonderful and all as well. But actually, we'll talk about that later. We'll go back into game here and let's jump in. 53 seconds left to go. I guess the lag is gone now. Or hopefully the lag is gone at this point. But the fight still continues on as Woodbrook Kid is out of mech and already, again, just the fighting, but the spawn room is the key to winning this one. And right now as it stands, last chance here.
Oh!
Grabs on Urge as well. Get the rocket rush coming as well. Urge Shatter comes in at the same time. And that's all the entire team simultaneously.
Warren, baby.
It is all Warren. By the way, Athena calls a team kill. Third time this series.
Yeah, third time this series indeed. But look, with 20 seconds remaining and 4 ultimates, almost 5 ultimates coming online, this could be a Warren win, actually, or this could be a Downey win, rather, if they are able to use their ultimates to their ability. They just have to touch the point right now.
You've got Kalitro still on the Valkyrie as well. Supercharger's going to drop.
There it is.
Party making as well. Now you've got the Graviton Surge coming in for the side of Downey, but worse, the damage is not there.
Oh!
Earthshatter comes in. That's going to find 2. That's going to find Bacon, Pancake, and Parsicle. Where the rest of the damage is, and we will find out. Self-destruct comes in. That's going to find Parsicle, as well as the Supercharger's a good start. But where's Kalitro? Da-da-da! There he is. Finds Kaon again. And now they're going to drop the Samir to keep them alive. It's pretty much the same thing. Overtime runs, and we're in a desperation situation. And right now, 3 people left on the point. Party Bacon, Kalitro, as well as Chicken. But Kalitro goes down. And first point finally taken by the side of Downey.
They are able to stay alive in the series somehow. They're able to break through it. And now here's where I believe advantage swings in actually Downey's favor, because in this second part, Farah doesn't have that big of a skybox. It's indoors.
It may not be, but you can still get that damage out too, but it's still a little more constricted than you would like if you're playing Farah. Right now, you take a look, 2 minutes left on the clock. By the way, you only get an additional 2.5 minutes when you're playing Escort and you get to the first point. You only get 2.5 minutes, so they only have 2.5 minutes, unlike the 4 minutes that they had back before. So if they can hold this together, Warren might have a shot at putting this away right here. You've got the rally coming out as well, coming in for Zabozo to keep his team alive. Chicken able to find Zim Zam. Another rocket brush comes in. Is it going to find anybody, though, is the question. Nope. Good shields. That's going to be taken down immediately. So the first time, Chicken not able to find more than 2 kills on this map alone. And we may see this payload get up to point number 2. Chicken might go down with no hands at Kalitro. There it is.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was talking about. That disadvantage Farah has here on the second point. And look how dominantly Downey is winning these fights now. It was all Warren, but now it's all Downey as they're coming back and swinging away. Only Kaon remains, and look at that slam. Cleaser's going to go in there. Don't let him find a res. You can't let him find a res under any circumstance. He's going to pop the Valkyrie and try to get into this game. Bomb goes in the air. Going to find two. Look at that. The supports go down, and another point captured. What a turnaround for Downey.
Keep in mind, now they get only an additional minute and a half, but they're back to 2.5 minutes remaining on the clock. It's 2-0 right now, and this may go to the same length as we saw back on Kings Row. Kepler able to take down Kaon, though, so Downey is now with a renewed sense of victory because this payload is going to keep moving on moving, but the last point is that home stretch.
Yeah, and you don't even have to worry about Chicken in this next fight because Zimzan has his ultimate, and you know he's going to be saving it for when that barrage comes down. So just watch out for Zimzan. Absolutely make sure he does not get picked. That'll be the key here as Eagle IV is going to keep that shield up. There goes that huge, there's a Graviton Surge, and the
Earthshatter out of, well, Earthshatter's thrown in there, but not able to get anything courtesy of the shield from Kaon. Transcendence is going to go down there. Get a Rocket Rush coming in. 1, 2, 3, and that is going to be it. Chicken basically cleans up house for the Bears, and might I add, the Bear Cave is now empty of any intruders.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to push him back for now. Have a minute and 30 seconds, so I would say there's about 2 fights remaining, especially with how long these have lasted. But the defensive spawn, the advantage is just so much, and they're going to instantly switch up the composition. They're going to go into a weirdly modified goats as Kepler's going to go onto the Winston.
So here we go. We'll see if Downey can pull through here. Keep in mind the ults, though. You have a Coalescence being brought out and a Graviton Surge as well. But where did that go? I think it got eaten at the same time. Not getting any use of their Graviton Surge as well. You've got the Coalescence coming out. That's going to help out a lot, really, because that's going to heal up the team. And now basically Kepler and Woodblood Kin, the only one left to go on this point. And Woodblood Kin will go down as well. Kepler's going to have to back. And basically another clean house. 50 seconds left to go. I would say one-fight territory.
This is definitely one-fight territory, absolutely. By the time they engage, they'll only have 40 seconds. So this is the final fight, ladies and gentlemen. We will see if Downey's able to bring it all the way to the end or if Warren will be able to hold them off. As the fight starts to go in, we'll see if they're able to break through with this double shield composition. Winston dives in up top. He's trying to take care of that pharmacy. Ooh, that Earthshatter got canceled, though, so not a good use of that ult.
Earthshatter gets in right in front of the shield. Now would be the time to use the Earthshatter if you're Kaon right now, because you've got an advantage here left to go. And now you're just going to see everybody basically using a Cleatro. Might not have found the Valkyrie just yet, but that might be the key. Samuel's going to drop as well for the side from Lamont. That's going to help them out, keep them alive for a little while, but I think you're waiting. And there's your Earthshatter. You want 5 people going down inside of it. Chicken's got one on Lamont, finds the Bozo as well. And this could be the one that Warren wants right here. To clean up the house would be great. EYB Kepler in trouble as well. And Kepler will go down, and I don't think anybody else can get there in time. Lamont got the last chance. Can Lamont get there? No, he will not. And so Warren finds a way to put up the big fence again.
Absolutely, Warren is going to be able to hold them off. They're only going to get 2 points out of that, not the full possible 3. So still winnable for Downey, but Warren looks like they're in a pretty good spot.
You want to talk about deja vu? 2 points again for, or 2 points back on Kings Row for the side of Downey. Warren's got a shot to take this up 2-1 in the series right here.
Yeah, they have a shot to absolutely take the lead here, and that'll mean it'll be game point for Warren. So we'll see if they're able to take it out. But remember, the thing about Escort is that if you're on the offense, you have to get on that payload and start moving it. So that means coach composition might be in the advantage here.
So you and I were talking about this earlier. It could have been 1-0, but it's nice seeing the entire map once in a while here, not just, 1-0 thing going on. But we will see the Assemble the Heroes phase, and now the Prepare to Attack, Prepare Your Defenses phase, and take a look at the defensive side, and we will see a 2-2-2. And now, if that's right, Woo Bloodkin is going to go for the crown against Chicken right now.
Woo Bloodkin is going to be on that Farah, trying to take over that role that Chicken has been on this whole time, and Woo Bloodkin's going to try to take it to him. So Bozo obviously on that soldier to try to take out the Farah in turn.
And so right now you take a look at the attacking side, and Chicken, and this comp seems to be a little weird, but it's working. The 3-2-1 scenario with Chicken as the main DPS, it's been golden, I would say, so far.
Yeah, absolutely, and we'll see if Chicken can still do his damage with Wooblakin in the air as well. And this is the first time we've actually seen the Mercy come out of on the side of Downey.
So right now we've got 3 minutes and 55 seconds remaining on the clock, and here we go, 4 minutes to go, and we'll already see Wooblakin and no, actually I take that back. Chicken's now in a Widowmaker. How about that? First time we will see a Widowmaker this series, and we'll see how well he does with it right now, because it's they saw Wooblakin on the Pharah. The only problem is you got Eagle IV now on this Winston. That might cause a lot of problems.
Oh, nice! Oh, goodness!
And Lamont at the same time as well. Simzam able to find the rest on Lamont, and Kepler able to finally take down Kalitro, but not before this payload goes in to right around that first corner. So spawn room advantage goes to the side in blue. Or rather, yeah, side of red rather in Downey right now as it stands. But you take a look at it, and it's just a push and shove at this point. If Chicken finds any more picks, this could be theirs to win.
This could be theirs to win, and that's why, you know, Chicken has to be the focus, really. He's such a good DPS player, no matter what he's playing, but Lamont coming up with 2 big picks, and he's going to pop his ultimate as well as Wooblakin finds another, so maybe this is Downey turning this in their advantage. We'll see if they're able to hold off Warren.
Party Bacon's going to get T-Max right away. That's going to be courtesy of Kepler, and the rest will fall. So they're going to regroup here at 2:45 on the clock. You could say this is a little bit of deja vu going on back from the first round.
Yeah, absolutely, and the card's going to get moved back just a little bit, but look, we're going to start seeing some shots coming over, and you have to watch out for Chicken on this Widowmaker. He's an absolute counter to that Pharah in the sky. So Bozo has his ultimate, so that Tac Visor could be very, very important in this next cup of fight.
You can also have an Earth Shatter be very effective, as well as the Sound Barrier drop as well. Self-Destruct is going to come out here. Can he get anything going? Party Bacon gets the party started. Taking out Lamont to start. That's going to be huge. Kepler gets a self-destruct kill, but that's the DMAC on the Party Bacon, not as big there as well. You've got everything going. You've got a Primal Rage to use, and now a Valkyrie coming out from Kalitro as well. Eagle IV's going to use the Primal Rage, maybe to keep himself alive for the remainder of this fight. And Chicken able to find Zimzam. Great pick from the Widowmaker there. And the rest may fall at this point here because, I mean, you've seen the fight going on here, and you've only got 2 tanks left to go down. Earth Shatter going to be solely onto Eagle IV. That's going to take him down. And it looks like the rest will follow suit. So we see Warren. They will take it across the doors of point A. Now it's a point B.
Yeah, and there we go. 1 point awarded to Warren, and now they have to get through the second one if you want to beat Downey in this situation. Your time pick is only 4 minutes, though, and we see a compositional switch coming out of the side of Downey as Bozo goes onto that Doomfist.
Well, but here's the thing, too. You can't say only. Because Downey had only 2.5 minutes, and look where they pushed it. They pushed it all the way up to the third point, or, well, rather, into the third point, rather. Didn't get fully 3 there as well. You've got the, you got Eagle IV going down, but it had to Bacon Pancake, good main tank kill over there. And now you've got Chicken on fire, and rightfully so far as he's been getting fixed onto Wooblakin as well. And where's the mercy? Is Zimzam even going to try to rest that? Kalitro might have. We know that for sure. Kalitro might have, but in this case, Zimzam's going to play it a little more safer, and they're going to back up.
They're going to back out of there, and you don't want to go in, but you have a dive composition, so this could really work. You know, if you know exactly what you're doing, you have to engage. There goes the Diva Bomb, stuck in that corner. It's not going to find anyone. There's a lot of ultimates you can pop here to try to save this, especially if you watch Wooblakin. He can come in and save this for his team. He just has to act very quickly.
4.5 meters remain until that payload gets to point number 2, self-destruct as well. Not going to find anything. That's going to be from Kepler. Not going to find anything there. Meteor Strike right down on the middle of the payload. And now an Earth Shatter comes in. Rocket Barrage coming out from Wooblakin. That's going to find Parsicle. That's going to find Bacon Pancake. Chicken finally ends that rain. But it might not be before. And Kalitro finds Parsicle again on another res here. And that could be helpful as well. Kepler's getting all the heals he can, but right now the damage that is being outputted by the side of Warren. It may just be a little bit too much. It's 2-1 still, and now it looks like they may back up. Graviton Surge being used. Question is, where's the follow-up? I don't see much of anything going on there. So that Graviton Surge may be all for naught, and Parsicle may go down as well.
Yeah, Parsicle, it's going to go down, and that's a huge stagger because that you've essentially bought yourself, you know, your team 15 seconds without having any of that. So Bozo has to get out of there, make sure he doesn't get picked by Chicken, and there's 2 ultimates that are very, very time-stally on the side of Downey, so they could be able to hold this out if they're able to just out-duel a couple and win that ground war.
Infrared sight being used to start as Chicken has the advantage up high. Question is, can you get the headshot, or can you get the picks, rather, I should say, to get out some as well. Zabozo starts off. That answer is no right away. Zabozo takes down Chicken to start. And everything else will follow here as the Meteor Strike is available for Zabozo, but the question is when they will use it. And as it stands, a little bit more of a push and shove situation. You got a self-destruct coming right down to the middle of the payload. Where's it going to go? And it's not going to get anybody there. You got getting a great charge onto Lamont. That's going to be huge as well. Now the Soundbear driving down an Earth Shatter as well. Self-destruct right in the middle. Everybody behind Down Shield.
Oh!
For Downey, that's huge. That's Chicken, Pancake, and Puzzle all goes down. And it will be Athena calling team kill. It's all but over in this fight.
Oh my goodness, and that'll do it for this fight. And look who walks away with an ultimate. It is Downey High School, still having this ultimate on top. So this fight could go in the favor of Downey. They were able to hold it. Remember, they got this with 4 minutes left, and now it's only down to 50 seconds.
50 seconds on the clock. That's all they have to push this up. Again, they'll have a minute and a half to push this up to the second point. If they get to the second point in this case, because Downey High School looking good on the side. So the Vikings are going to try and defend this point all the way through. Here comes Sabozo, down only about 40 health left to go. Gets the heals that he needs. He will stay alive for the time being. But right now, Chicken finding Lamont, that's not a good thing. And right now, just trying to get into the back line. You watch the Bulls come in, and that might be some good DPS plays. Eagle IB coming in with a primer range to use as well. And now you've got 20 seconds remaining. Kalitro again finding another res on Vacant Pancake. How impressive is this mercy from Kalitro? So far, so good. Right now, just the battle's going on. It's a push and shove with 10 seconds left to go on the clock. And you can't tell who wins. Self-destruct coming in here as well. What's that going to...
Oh!
140 Vacant, that's huge on their side. Moobla King going to do all he can to take down Vacant Pancake, but that would be it. Chicken's there to clean up house. And that will do it. It is over right there, and Warren able to get the second point with a minute and a half to go.
Warren just has to take it as far as they did, but they only have a minute and a half. And with the SWAT advantage being on the defense side, this is going to be a very tough test. But look at Chicken going on to his comfort pick right now and just raining down those shots. You're going to have to figure out a way to counter him.
I think that's what you got to do. Play comfortable, play your game, and that's exactly what the coaches told us earlier on. Just play your game. And so far, Chicken has been doing that on this Farah. That's exactly what this Warren team has been building off of right now. Less than a minute remaining. You see the golden box. It's in the home stretch. Less than 10 meters remain. And now all the others are going to come out. You've got a Soundbearer dropping Coalescence, Graviton Search, and Earth Shatter are still available.
Here we go.
Self-destruct comes in. That's going to find Pars going to start. Good start for Kepler.
Get res.
And he might get res. Yes, he will. Kalitro finds another res on the Parsco. And right now, but it's still a 65 situation. You've got no chaos to play. Chicken says it doesn't matter. And then you've got a meteor strike coming down right onto the payload. Sabozo doesn't find anyone, but some good damage laid out as well. Moobla King takes down the reign of Chicken. 20 seconds left to go. Here's the question. Do you back up and regroup one more time, or do you just got to go?
No, you have to go right now. There's 15 seconds left. There's not even time for a regroup. But this is looking good because Warren has a lot of bodies on that point right now. And especially with that Earth Shatter being so big, this could be the end. Warren might come out on top here. The spawn advantage does favor them. And there goes Rublican popping that ultimate, but it's not going to find anything as Chicken is going to take him down in the middle of his ultimate. What a disgrace. What a honestly bragging right. And this bomb's going to secure this maybe. And Sabozo's the last one. Is anybody going to get there in time?
No,
that's going to be no. And Warren
not.
is going to win this and win this game.
And the barricade goes nuts. They are up 2-1 in the series. And let's go to the monitor, play the game. The nod going to Kepler. And might I add, let's take a guess at what this was, because I have a good feeling of what this was. Self-destruct comes in for Kepler for Downey. That gets the triple kill. Rather quadruple kill now, along with the kill on Sabozo to start. I mean, so Downey is getting it, but you can hear the crowd, Warren, Warren, that barricade coming in here strong. Take a look at this again. Look at all the cards in blue. Chicken, 23,000 damage. I mean, we're not looking at the cards, but we're taking a look at it on our side. 23,000 damage. 20k damage plus. I mean, that's amazing.
That's absolutely insane as they're going to, walk away with a win here. And it's game point now, ladies and gentlemen. Downey Vikings, their backs are to the wall, but they haven't given up the fight pretty easily, especially, this could be a deciding factor as we're going to move on to our first 2CP assault map, Temple of Anubis.
And Temple of Anubis, I mean, this is going to be interesting to find out what these teams go on over. We have a different story here, I believe. It says Nepal is picked up as the next map, so we will see Nepal next, I believe.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we're not even going to see, there's a possibility we won't even see a 2CP map as Nepal is really what we're going to. That King of the Hill round is going to come back. And look, we've seen this already, ladies and gentlemen. Control. Who walked away with the win on Control? Downey Vikings. So we'll see if they're able to kind of bring it back and do it yet again. And Nepal, not really a map that favors Farah too.
Now, here's the thing, too. They tie this game up, we're tied at 2, and we have to find a 5th map for them to play because it'll be first to 3. If it's tied 2-2 here, we find another tiebreaker map, and now we're going on to Nepal. Beautiful Nepal in the mountains. And, of course, our first map to start is Shrine. We've seen Farah here before. And we've seen, I mean, there's no doubt about it. Farah can be of use here, and Chicken could be the man to end it right here for Warren High School. The Bears might be walking away with the Silver Cup right here.
But look, this advantage is a little bit different than what it was on Gibraltar. The reason I was saying when you get to that second point on Gibraltar and it just doesn't work out too well for Farah, that's because there's a ceiling. This is a little different because you can fly around outside the point. The only thing is contesting. If Downey gets the point, I don't know if you really have a lot of frontline damage to get that contestation back. It all comes down to who could win that front line more.
Now talk to me about the team comps right now because 20 seconds left to go. Let's talk about it real quick. Talk to me about both sides.
So, okay, well, I mean, there's no surprise what we're going to see coming out of Downey right now. It's just going to be that GOATS comp coming hard and strong out of the gate. But look, another modified GOATS comp on the side of Warren Bears. I mean, look, they have a Farah and they also have this Hammond.
So let's see who wins it here. Let's go back on over again. It is 2-1 in favor of the Bears of Warren. They win this game right here. It is over. They take the Silver Cup. They take the prizes. And the trophy case is going to get filled with that much of a bigger trophy for them. If Downey wins this, we go to Game 5, and we will see a show there as well. Already starting off the pin. Eagle IV is already pinned to start. And right now, you're going to find everybody just pushing onto the point. There's not one advantage on both sides. And they're just running around. First time we'll see a wrecking ball coming out from Party Bacon to start. Kaon finds the D-Mech onto Woodblood Kin, and that will signal everybody else will fall. So Warren High School is going to start off pretty strong here. And it looks like they'll get the point to start. And they have the Earth Shatter to use already on the side by great sound barrier coming up for, that's going to be a great sound barrier coming from Bacon Pancake. And nonetheless, first strike on the point for the Bears from Warren.
Look, GOATS comp is great. You know, it works out so well in so many situations, but eventually you got to switch. The reason they keep losing is because their refusal to switch onto something that'll make things a little better, especially with this burst healing. And I love seeing both those ultimates come online at the same time as Chicken's going to pop his, and look at that, he's going to get a lot of eliminations there.
Now, might I add, 2 of those eliminations were Rocket did not step off the map, and then 2 of the Rocket Barrage kills, 3 rather, to get the D-Mech as well. Take a look at the replay, and this is amazing. I mean, you knock 2 off the map, and then get 2 more on the Rocket Barrage as well. We don't have a replay there, but it's still an impressive kill.
Yeah, absolutely impressive. That just shows how valuable of a player he is. And we're going to get a little switch up here. And look, they're going to run that double spam damage. So now maybe that could out heal those burst healers and see if this could be able to break through.
So 50-0 right now. The clock keeps rolling as well. They've got Kaon to start. Kaon's going to get some, or can he get any healing? Is the question. Great fire strike from Eagle IV. That's going to help them out as well. Contesting on the point. Landmine's going to come out for Party Bacon. That's going to help out with some damage or clear out one half of that point regardless as well. Chicken finds Zimzam. Not a good start for Downey as well. Lamonk's got to heal up as well too because you can't stay there forever. Kepler's going to back off, smart move, and find Chicken finding everyone and anyone to kill.
Goodness, that was just a very dominating fight, and they're going up 80% to nothing here. So this is game point for Downey. You have to come back and get into this point very strong. You have to counter those ultimates that are being thrown at you.
85% and rolling. This is what could be last fight between these 2 teams here on the Shrine, at least, because next we'll either see the Sanctum or the Village. But right now we're focused on the Shrine. 95% and rolling. Somebody's got to get this point. Chicken's going to find a Rocket Barrage kill on Lamont to start. Somebody's got to get on this point, which they will. Woodblood Kid's going to find himself a Rocket Barrage to use as well. But Bacon Pancake able to take down Eagle IV. Earthshatter comes in. That might be good for them. Keon's caught in the Rocket Barrage, but Chicken able to take down Zimzam and Bacon Pancake, finding Woodblood Kid. It might be it. Overtime clock will run. Last person on the point is Kepler, and he can't find his way onto the point. Last chance is Lamont. Lamont is going to get taken off. He's going to find his way onto the point as long as he possibly can, but the burst damage is going to be too much, and it looks like Warren gets game number 1 here, and is now 100% away from taking home that Silver Cup to the trophy gates.
Just one more victory. That's all they need for Warren High School to walk away with that amazing trophy right over there. So we'll see if they're able to do so.
And right now, we will see them go on to the Sanctum. One of I think my favorite map on Nepal, because now you have the opportunity to bring the team down into the abyss, into nothingness in that pitch black hole.
Yeah, and we'll see if they, if their compositions still work out. I love seeing that we're going to have a DPS being fielded by the side of Warren, and actually rather 2 DPS now as Kepler switches over to that Farah. And oh yes, the Hanzo. Great pick, because now you're able to kind of bring this fight close. Sure, it's not a Widowmaker sniper, but since there's no roof here, it could be a very good advantage for Downey, but we'll have to see if they're able to bring it back.
And right now you're taking a look at it. Their ultimate's building up fast and ready for the side of Downey. They know this is game over here if they lose. But so far, you take a look at the point.
Oh, no!
They're gonna get knocked off the edge. Chicken gets 1-2 on Eagle IB as well. Chicken is going off. He is having the game of his life right now, and they are going to be able to take over the point. No question about it. Warren High School is in the driver's seat.
Warren High School is going to start building up that percentage, and remember, all they need is 100, and Chicken's going to pop the ultimate just to really flex on him. I mean, they already won that fight, and Party Bacon's going to get taken out. That is terrible, especially if you're overextending that much. So now, you can lose this point. It can be flipped very quickly, but Downey, the respawns are still coming in. So this is looking very, very back and forth right now. The one thing I want to point out is that Chicken is just laying in these rockets, but also he's landing these sweet environmental kills with his little rocket. And look, he used it now. He doesn't have any of those abilities, but we're gonna see if he could able to find more shots and is able to outdo Rublikin.
You and I couldn't be any more agreeable when we say we're impressed by Chicken right now. Oh, there's no question about it. You've got Kepler. Oh, he takes down the King, takes down Chicken. You got an Earth Shatter coming in. That's got one person inside of it. That's courtesy of Eagle IB. And Eagle IB will take down Kaon to start. So maybe something going on. But Kalicho finds Chicken again to get the res up. As Kepler takes down Bacon Pancake as well. Then D-Mac finally coming. You got a Rocket Rush coming in from Chicken. That's not going to find anybody. Or rather, that's going to be from Kepler to start. And Chicken does take him down as well. So another clear point. Rublikin all by himself on that point out of mech. And that's not good for them. Chicken finding their way to get some more. And now you got a Dragon Strike coming right down the middle of the point. That's going to find Baking Pancake, but not much out. And the side of Warren is now one fight away from winning it all right here.
That's just such a rough way to go down here. This might be final fight with how long these fights have been. There's 2 ultimates coming online. We've seen how great Rublikin has been on those Diva bombs. So we'll see if this could be a huge land. And it seems like it's going to have to be if you want your team to win.
90-0 right now on the point. This is what could be last chance right here. Chicken's going to find Tim Tam to start. Oh, and he knocks down Rublikin.
No.
That is not good. They've got the rest of the way. 98% are rolling. The overtime clock will run. Warrens has the chance to end this right here. 6-1 on the point. Overtime clock will run. Final chance here. Gorlas's Chicken clears them off. Overtime clock continues to run here because they've got Eagle IB on the point. Kepler's got to get their last chance here. He's all alone by himself with that Zarya. And now Zinzam on the point as well. Gets knocked down immediately like Chicken. Self-destruct as Rublikin gets in there as well. Not going to find anybody. And now the overtime clock will run. Graviton search to get the rest of the follow-up damage on the Wibbler. Overtime
clock. Goodness!
The Bears will go home with the Silver Cup in hand. Congratulations, High School GG, Warren High School, the top team in Downey tonight.
Warren High School walking away with the victory, and of course, who else would get the play of the game?
Who else ended here but Chicken? Take a look at this. You don't need a replay system to handle it. This is what he's been doing all game long. 2 on the on, 2 on the Rocket Barrage. And that summarizes what has happened here. Warren High School goes over to the Silver Cup and will lift it up in the trophy ceremony coming up. But what a game overall by both sides. We had a show tonight.
Absolutely amazing show, and congratulations to the Warren Bears for winning this out here. They are the Downey Unified School District champions.
The Bear Cave going nuts over there. But let me say this first off. These 2 teams were putting on a show. No downside to how Downey played. No downside whatsoever.
Not.
They played a fantastic game coming out here representing their school for their esports program. No shame to Downey whatsoever. They're going to come back. I think we're going to see them again next year.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Warren definitely should be proud of how they played here, or definitely should be proud of how they played here tonight. And same with Downey as they get it. And look, this trophy ceremony, we're getting it all set up for you there in the Warren Bear Pit over the Bear Cave over there. And we're going to get ready to present these trophies to your team. Good game to everyone who participated. Downey, you played amazingly. Warren, you played awesome. That was such a good game to watch.
So we're going to have a few of our guests come up here and present the trophies as well. But, I mean, great game overall. And we talk about the future of high school GG and the esports community here in Downey, LA County. It's going to be big. You can tell by the crowd's reaction from that last game.
That was an amazing game coming out here. And I just want to thank everybody who came out to watch this. This was such a fun Overwatch game to just be able to have the opportunity to cast. And I'm glad that this is the future. Great, amazing teams on both sides, showing me that the future is bright for Overwatch.
It's going to be bright here, and as the stands clear out, because I think Bear Cave is going to stick around here to watch their school lift up a trophy to put back into the trophy case for Warren High School. The Bears come out with the win, and let's go back over. Let's give a little bit of a recap of what's going on while we await the trophy ceremony here. Go back to Elios. That was the one game that Downey comes in to win. They had to fight hard for it. They had to fight really hard for it. And then back in Kings Row, Gibraltar, Kings Row, Gibraltar, and Nepal, all around, it was all Warren to play.
It was, and we didn't even see one substitution. The starting lineups were the